Hi, I'm Nicole and a photographer, and this is part 2 of 3 of the creative process. Today it's all about taking the photograph.
Und es ist ein echt anderes Gefühl mit digitaler Kamera.
Ja.
Weil man weiß, okay, es kann viele Fotos geben.
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
In part 1, we explored how to get an idea and, if necessary, creating an outfit as well as journaling the process down. In this part, you will literally just see me executing the photo shoot with the planning I did beforehand. It was also the actual first time that I photographed a more fleshed out project on a backdrop that I had painted in that same summer of 2020. So if you want to know how I created this backdrop, I will link the video down below. To get a more analog look and the colors that the film roll Kodak Portrait Photo provides, it was important for me to photograph with a medium format camera. So I borrowed a Hasselblad 500cm to get the final results. Because I hadn't photographed with the Hasselblad in a long time, at least a year, I was super nervous to mess up the whole roll. So I didn't take any proper footage of all the shootings because I was sweating and nervous. So when I reached to Anhelina, I was a little bit more relaxed but still terrified. But I did actually remember to take a couple behind the scenes, but only when I was taking backup images with the digital camera. So bear with me, I'm super sorry, but still quite satisfied with the final results because at the beginning I wasn't even sure that I wanted to do a YouTube video out of this. Even though I photographed digitally as a backup, I will be only focusing on the analog results. So 2 girls, Pia and Becky, I showed in the beginning won't actually appear in this video as I photographed them only with the digital camera. But I wanted to include them to show you the process of what I did and who I photographed. Needing to have reality confirmed and experience enhanced by photographs is an aesthetic consumerism to which everyone is now addicted. Industrial societies turn their citizens into image junkies. It is the most irresistible form of mental pollution. Susan Sontag from the 1972 couldn't have been more accurate in her book on photography. I'm way too young to have experienced how photography has developed over decades, but feeling polluted by photographs. In the fast pace, we are tacted to produce imagery, consume them, and then dispose them, has me somehow worried for a long time. Instagram and TikTok has put that visual endless consumerism to another level. Sometimes we don't have words for it, but I believe we feel how photography has become in some sense disposable. That's the reason I believe I see a lot of Gen Zs and millennials turning back to analog photography to create value and stories with meaning. And even if they don't get a deeper meaning, it at least provides more concentration and active slowing down to see and understand what matters. Paying actual money to take these photographs makes it more important to not waste it, as it is way too expensive. But overall, I think that analog photography just supports the mental state because shooting with a digital camera is just as valuable, but we need to explore how we understand photographs, how we consume them, and what it means to our societies. I'm still on the journey to explore my relationship with photography, and I'm happy to share it here as time passes. When it comes to me, I tend to photograph personal projects with film if I save up for it and borrow the cameras. It gives me a more instant satisfaction with the colors, and that's just super important to me. It also makes me become a little bit more focused, especially if I just have only 12 shots like with the Hasselblad. But my goal is still at the end just to get one image that captures my attention and conveys the idea of feeling I had in mind. Yeah, we all want to take 100 amazing images, but that's not really realistic. And most of the time, we only remember that one signature image anyway. When it comes to posing, I do direct almost every step, every move, every shoulder, every hand. But I do it by looking at the person who is in front of me and to intuitively try to find a pose that will suit that person the best. But of course, the research I've done beforehand definitely influenced the way I choose to pose the person. If it comes to the technical part, I was using a light meter from Sekonic to get the proper exposure and just reasonable lighting. So apparently there are really good apps for light metering, but I can't recommend anyone as I haven't really tried them properly. And at the same time, when I did download a free one, I wasn't really happy with them. So I just prefer to use a Sekonic light meter. They are a bit pricey, but if you shoot film a lot, and I think it's worth it. And I think overall, when I choose the person to photograph, I don't want them only to be the vessel of the idea, because I really like when they bring their own self into the image, and I like the relationship that develops between me and the person I photograph over time, or just for that one photo shoot. On the other hand, I would say that I prefer more muses over models, people who really make me feel happy. I don't know, it's very complicated. Like just people who makes me want to feel like, oh, I want to experiment with you, but at the same time, you want to experiment with me, and then we can just get beautiful images, and that's just, I think, the best combination. Yeah. And when it comes to lighting, I didn't really talk about it yet. I was shooting with natural light, as you might have guessed until now. I do use like a diffuser in front of my window to soften the light. But if you don't have a diffuser or anything of sort, you can definitely use just white curtains to soften the light that enters your room. And I think natural light just does beautiful effects, and I just really, really love natural light. Denise, for example, I literally just met her on the street with her friends, and it was like the first time I saw her. It was last summer when the lockdown was eased way more than it is now, and we thought that we are going in a good way, but as you all know, the things have changed. So yeah, I've literally just met her that one time, and then we had like 2 shootings, and I invited her again to take part in this one. And Bernice is just like a very good old friend that I've been photographing for a long time. And there you can see Bernice laying down, looking on a shoot we did a couple months, actually a year before, for a magazine that was a school project, a university project. And yeah, it was just nice to just go through the images and then take the new images, and we had a beautiful chemistry. And as usual, I mean, I love to photograph, and it was so nice that Bernice offered to cook for me afterwards, what is super cute. Find yourself someone who's gonna cook for you after. You should. I mean, how great is that? It was super delicious. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time in part 3, where we are going to see what were the final images I chose, which one I printed, and what is going to happen next with these images. So I hope you did enjoy this video. I did. It was something somehow different for me to make. I don't know why, even though I've been doing this type of videos a couple of times. But if you liked the video, or if you have something to share or to say, leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like if you feel like it, and I see you next time. Bye.